My name is Rex, and if you study with my 8-week program, you will learn a system of self-defense that I developed over 2 seasons of fighting in the octagon. It's called Rex Kwon-Do. I need a volunteer. Okay, you'll do. Come up here. Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei!
22-minute podcast. 22-minute podcast. Don't wanna take up much of your time. Just gonna read some headlines. Stuff.
Welcome to the 22-minute podcast. I am one of your hosts, Wes Evertson, and here's your sensei, Mike Finley.
Hi, I'm the other host. One of the other hosts, Mike Finley. Hi, y'all.
Bow to your sensei. Yeah, turning 58, Diedrich Bader, a legend.
Yeah, what a great guy.
Seriously, he's been in so much. He was in Jay and Silent Bob as like the security guard. I remember that.
That's right.
I mean, at Drew Carey Show, whose line is it anyway? Yeah, Office Space.
Lawrence from Office Space.
Mm-hmm. yeah.
Two chicks at the same time.
No, I just love the, like, Lawrence, Ron Livingston, you know, anyone ever say to you, man, seems like you got a case of the Mondays? What? Fuck that, man. Say shit like that, get your ass kicked. Like, that's the energy I need wherever I work. Like, please don't have a slogan for the day of the week. Like, I'm so upset. But that's the thing.
Please don't have a slogan for
yeah.
the day of the week.
Like, why are you doing this? It's because, you know what it is? It's capitalism. It's monetizing and having to put everything in a box to sell it. well, I mean, really though, because that's what look at it at you know, you're a purveyor of alcohol. I used to be pretty drowning and such, and Thirsty Thursdays, you know.
Oh yes.
Hump Day, you know, whatever. So, some slogan to go along with the day of the week that gets you drinking or just gets you partying, you know. YOLO Tuesdays. Only idiots have said that.
YOLO Tuesdays?
I just made it up.
Okay, I like it.
Well, I told you only idiots said it. Yes. Anyway, all right. So, yes, it is Christmas Eve. I didn't know if we should play something. You know, you'll probably get some form of Christmas audio tomorrow. How are we not going to play Diedrich Bader?
Right.
It was tough.
It only made sense.
You know, honestly, like I hope to take the time before next year. Y'all, anyone who isn't listening to this won't remember. By the time that comes up next year, I'm gonna have a more concise cut of his best lines from everything. You know, That's what really needs to happen. But yes, he is turning 58 today on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve, interesting day to have a birthday.
Yeah.
Like obviously, you're gonna hear the stereotypical like, oh, well, anything too close to like Christmas, it just kind of gets wrapped up, and maybe you get kind of, you know, undercut when it comes to like the amount of presents or something. I don't know. Tell your parents to get a divorce, then you'll get twice the presents. You know, then you won't have to worry about it. No, my birthday is really close to my dad's, and so we would celebrate it together. But it's not like I felt like a lack of presents, and I kind of like that. I mean, it's not like I didn't have individual birthdays,
right,
on my mom's side or whatever. But I mean, I don't know. I never really had a birthday party other than the one I had with my dad and then my uncle.
Sure.
And I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want I don't want my own party. I mean, hey, I'll take them presents. But no. Yeah, having a party where it's also like my dad's and my uncle's, that was a lot of fun.
My brother and dad's birthday are like one day apart.
Same.
Well, I guess like there's a day between.
Oh, there's a day between. Got you.
Like the 29th, 30th, and the 1st.
Cool.
But like, yeah, no, we always, I mean, when we lived in Mesquite, like we had the pool, so like there was definitely like a 4th of July-ish kind
of.
Oh,
yeah.
Celebration.
See, that's cool too. That is kind of close to
celebrating their birthdays, and
and it's a party holiday.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
it was grand old time.
I do really appreciate that. I really thank my grandmother for doing stuff like that, and I guess you got to have that in a family. You got to have somebody who's like, yeah, they're gonna beat me down, and it's gonna be a lot of horse shit, and I'm gonna have to talk too much about something that like they think is a problem, and I'm gonna have to explain to them that it doesn't matter. You got to be there, you know, kind of thing. I am not that guy. I'm the guy who I'm like, listen, you don't got to talk to me. I'll be there, okay? Just if it's really that important, just don't talk to me. Just send me the date, and I'll do.
I'll RSVP. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll do you the favor of not giving you an excuse. Anywho, all right. Well, yep. So Christmas Eve, On this day, oh, there's no year here. It just says the Christmas Carol,
Oh, yeah.
Silent Night, was first sung. Sang?
Sang?
I don't know.
I don't know what the tense is for that.
Bro, I'm an idiot. At St. Nicholas, St. Nicholas, St. Nicholas Parish in Austria. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. It wasn't Germany, so like, at least we can kind of place it within the last like 150, 200 years.
1818.
That's what I say. What I say.
There it is. Sorry, Sensei.
Actually, you know what? That was a little over 200 years ago, so I was wrong. You're the sensei. Bow to you.
Bow to me.
Um,
Where's the mirror? I'll bow to myself.
There, it's one
Around
right
me.
behind you. Right behind you there.
There it is.
That's the one thing that there definitely was a plethora of in this basement.
Yeah.
Whenever I moved down here, I was like, I've never like had a.
But now you get yourself from every angle, you know?
That's obviously what the point
Uh-huh.
was. Yeah, for sure. But I don't do that. I use that one to tie my tie. That's it.
God, go again. It's right
Yeah,
here.
here
There
we
it
go.
is.
Yeah, I had to learn to tie a tie. And the funny thing is most of the attorneys that I'm with are not wearing ties anymore. So, but we get paid a tenth of what they probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a fifth. But yeah. Well, dude, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
It could easily be a
Sure.
tenth. It could easily be a tenth.
Yeah.
And so we have to appear professional. On this day in 1970, the Aristocats was released. I like the Aristocats
Yeah, no, me too.
quite a bit. You and I are pretty much just the two guys who fumble the kidnapping. That's you and me. We're just farting around on a.
Oh, good for us,
Yeah,
man.
good for us. We're having a good time. On a motorcycle with what are those called? A sidecar.
Yeah, sidecar.
Yeah. Just hanging out with some cats, That sounds fun to me. Yeah, so we mentioned there was another religious conversion.
Yeah, yesterday, Cat Stevens converts to Islam.
Right. And the pending conversion today is to Catholicism, which isn't like the hot religion in the 21st century. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a pretty shamed religion at this point. It's mostly held up by Italians and Irish people and Hispanic people.
Well, I think Dan Brown's novels just started coming out, and I think that's what really roped him in. Maybe he wanted to get into the film adaptations of the Da Vinci Code.
Obviously there is more of an appeal to people who are they know the lore.
Mm-hmm.
They know
lore.
They know Catholic canon, or just Christians in general.
What a great name. Catholic canon.
Catholic canon. Divinity and the Trinity and stuff, whatever. Virginal childbirth, whatever. Virginal?
Vaginal?
Yeah, I think I can combine those. I can combine virgin and vaginal.
And yeah.
It's a virgin's vagina, so it's virginal.
Oh, jeez.
It's a virginal birth.
A virginal birth.
Okay, well I forgot where I was going with that. I don't even.
But on
care.
this day in 2010,
Oh.
Gary Sinise converts to Catholicism.
Gary Sinise, that's so funny. Yeah, I had definitely seen. He's a very charitable guy. Seems like a very solid person.
Yeah.
I don't trust religion. I don't trust religion.
But I trust Gary Sinise.
I mostly trust Gary Sinise. He does seem to be. I don't know enough about his politics. I'll say, individual. I suppose his social politics. I'm talking
Sure.
about.
Yeah.
I know that he's a big supporter of veterans, which
Yeah.
Listen, as upset as reasonably you should be at the fact that we were ever in the Middle East in the early 2000s. A lot of help needs to go to those guys who were there for reasons that they were lied to about.
Yep.
That they were misled why they were there. So it's just hard not to respect Gary Sinise for using his fame to leverage charities for them and funding and things like that. He started the Steppenwolf Theater in Chicago.
Oh, did he?
Yes. So and the Steppenwolf Theater was a big place for Sam Shepard plays.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just kind of a theater.
Was he in the first
True West?
Yeah, he was in the first production of True West.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe that I think that my memory's a little hazy on that.
It was
but
him and John Malkovich, maybe,
Mhm.
or at least they were a part of that.
somewhere in my memory, man, it's like I think Gary Sinise played Nick in the first production, but I don't know that John Malkovich played the other brother.
Gotcha.
In the first production, but but obviously that's the production that eventually went to off-Broadway, like From Chicago, something like that. I'd have to refresh my memory, but the real important thing is just Gary Sinise had a lot to do with championing. I've tried to say this word a couple times. Championing Sam Shepard's stuff outside of like off-Broadway independent theater at the time. So yeah, and it's just an interesting story. I mean, it comes full circle that I know I remember reading. I guess I didn't realize that I guess Gary Sinise was Protestant. I have no idea. But I do remember reading that the Steppenwolf Theater started out of a Catholic church. He like rented space to do plays, like so it was more of a theater company, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Before it was an actual location dedicated. They have conservatories like that you can pay a lot of money, tens of thousands of dollars to go take like a summer long acting course. I guess you're hoping that gets you that it's networking more than anything. I'd go into debt for that.
Jesus. Wild stuff. Sorry.
What are you reading there?
Well, that Tommy Lee Jones and Peter Boyle were also in a production of
Cool.
True West.
Dude, Sam Shepard was like the hottest shit for a good decade in the theater scene. Back whenever theater had a revival. The 70s like started a off-Broadway theater revival. Musicals were always going strong.
Yeah.
Shit like Cats in the 80s and all that. Yeah. Whatever.
Man, what a
Stephen
cool time.
Sondheim was going the whole time.
Yeah.
Dude.
Really cool fucking time.
Oh my
to be
god.
A part of that.
Well, it was like the most dangerous time to be in New York City.
Yeah.
Too, know.
Right.
So if you are talking about like just being an artist, whether it's theater or anything, like I don't know that it. Listen, I worked in reality TV and stuff, and I haven't tried so much to keep doing that, but I do know that it was difficult over the past 4 years to get work, and I can definitely corroborate that with my other friends who are in the business and all that shit. There's just not a lot of work. It's unfortunate. And that's not just true with reality TV. It's true with scripted. It's true with LA. It's true with Atlanta. It's true with New York. I also just don't know how people consume music anymore.
Right.
Like, do they really care about, like, a story of, like, oh, this guy who played... Well, also, like, hey, I'm 30. Like, just all these things you have to think about.
Right.
Not just of, like, New York's time and place, of course, and that's what I started talking about, but also my relative age and position towards it. But anyway, I'd still go try and do it. I would love to, mostly just because I have a buddy there who I could write music with, and who I think would be equally passionate to play locally and shit like that. But blah blah blah. Yeah, New York pretty much up through like the mid 2000s, I think, was a pretty badass place to be.
Yeah.
And then I think it just everything's just so expensive and commercialized, and that's kind of where I was going with it. Is what's her name? Chappell Roan is like a big name about like pop artists. I've heard a little bit. I don't understand it, and that makes me old. I think that's probably the truth. But then I also read like, well, she already had like a record deal. Like it seems like a Sex Pistols All American Rejects kind of thing. Where essentially she's one person. I guess she writes all the music. Obviously, like she has producers,
right?
But it's not. What I'm saying is it's not like the guy or girl like even Phoebe Bridgers. It's like she was entertainment industry adjacent, but she didn't have like she was just a good songwriter.
Yeah,
like from the beginning, and so that's the thing that we're like like. A lot of people don't understand that the Sex Pistols were a studio amalgamation of like punks, but they had no talent. They were all personality, and a lot of punk didn't take any talent.
Right.
It took attitude. So yeah, you're buying what they're selling, and I guess you're enjoying it, and you can't disagree with it. Same thing with Chappell Roan, or the All American Rejects, who were a similar studio, formation. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to judge. It's just that I don't think there really is an indie scene anymore.
Yeah.
Like because mainstream pop music has just taken all of the shit
yeah.
that people liked from indie and they're creating one kind of Post Malone doing country where it's really pop country kind of. I haven't listened to it. I'm not going to. I just don't see any reason.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Beyonce record though. It's like it was not a country record. It was a pop record with a little bit of twang.
I listened to both, and yeah, there was very much so like
It's just generic.
pop, country, twang.
Yeah. So and people are eating that up. I don't know, man. This is obviously old man talk, and I understand
More of
that.
this Uncle Dad biz.
Exactly. So I'm sure we'll get back to it later. Let's get to some birthdays. Turning 42, the lead singer of Rooney, Robert Schwartzman.
Did you ever listen to Rooney? I knew, like...
I mean, they had the hit, and I heard the hit. I were they Honest Mistake? Honest Mistake.
I have no idea.
Their first song was like a hit. Around the time of Fan and Planet. I think it was on like the OC. Like if you asked Jones or something.
Oh, sure. Well, speaking of Jones, yeah, I mean, there was some other people in the theater department, like who were seniors around our freshman and sophomore years. I know quite a few of them were big fans of Rooney.
It was just a very flash in the pan, momentary.
Yeah.
Like Phantom Planet, but he's a Schwartzman, he's a Coppola, so he's just in that realm.
It's funny, yeah. Two Schwartzman, because wasn't Jason a part of Phantom Planet?
Yeah. And obviously made his own music with Coconut Records.
I loved Coconut Records, or at least that first record.
Yeah, I don't know if he released anything else.
There was another one.
Oh, okay.
But I never took the time to listen to it.
Yeah. No, me either. Yeah, just, Suitcase and stuff. Nighttime, baby. Nighttime, baby. Yeah, something like that. Pretty great. Put yourself in my suitcase. Now I'm with you. Going back home to the West Coast. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, he's just a great guy.
Yeah.
I didn't see that little stupid movie he was in
More recently?
Yeah.
I liked it. It was good.
Oh, did you see it?
Yeah.
You went and saw it?
Mhm.
The theaters?
Yeah.
I gotta watch it. And I need to get my finances in a place where I can get AMC Gold or whatever. Gold Stub.
Gold Stub.
I've got the golden ticket.
What another great song.
It is a great song.
Speaking of great songs,
Yeah.
this person's listened to a lot of great songs. Turning 50 today, Ryan Seacrest.
He's also listened to a lot of bad ones.
Yes.
He's a real busy guy. He has a radio show he's done for maybe 20 years at this point.
Yeah.
Like every fucking morning. He actually had some sort of health issue because he just is so overworked. He's just the most reliable. And I guess that's the thing is you just think of him think of one mistake Ryan Seacrest has ever made presenting anything.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone can. He's hosted the I'm not a fan of him. I've just little shit that I've heard. He's hosted the the ball
Day,
drop
yeah.
for 20 years.
Yeah.
20 years.
That's crazy.
Right.
I think we actually had that conversation. He took over for
what's his name? The old motherfucker.
Yeah.
That they brought back, and maybe we'll play. Maybe if we do a New Year, the closest date to New Year's episode, maybe we'll play.
We'll get that next week.
10, 9, 8, 7. Happy birthday. I'll play
Clark?
for it.
Dick
Yeah,
Clark.
I think
That's
that might
us,
be
yeah.
correct. Yeah. It's sad, but they just let him do it. So I'm gonna laugh.
He's
at
gonna
it.
die soon. It's fine.
They put it on the air, so I'm gonna laugh. I don't know what to tell you. You could have just not aired it. Surely there was somebody there who was like, "What if we just film it before the actual drop and we just tell him that we filmed it?"
He's not gonna know.
He
We took
won't know
his
that ever.
watches away years ago.
He doesn't know what a watch is. His eyes don't work. Come on. Born on this day, not dead. Ava Gardner. Voom. Whoa, from the 50s. No, I don't know. Look at the yams on her. No, I don't know.
Potatoes.
Yes, we call them potatoes here. Oh, we skipped stuff that was happening on this day, so I'll do a couple of those, huh? If you're still listening, if you ever started listening to begin with.
How much more time we got?
About 2 minutes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Actually, a little over 2.5. So on this day in the year 2000, the Texas 7 hold up a sports store in Irving, Texas. You lived in Irving. You worked in Irving.
I lived
Las
and worked in.
Colinas,
That's right.
which is a community of Irving. Yeah, Irving's an interesting place. This is kind of a thing where like they're called the Dallas Cowboys, but they played in Irving for however many years, 20, 30 plus, I'm not sure. And then they currently play in Arlington.
Yeah.
And Arlington like gets mad whenever they don't say like, here we are in Arlington, Texas, like that kind of thing, Just ridiculous. I hate it. I just hate like all the pomp and circumstance. I understand complaining about sportsmen getting paid so much, but it's advertising dollars. It's because you watch it. It's because you consistently watch it. It's kind of the thing of like, why don't WNBA players get paid more? Well, because the advertising dollars aren't there. Let's just watch it.
Unfortunate truth.
Yeah, if you watched it, like the people on Real Housewives get paid more because that's what people are watching.
Right.
Like that's.
Well, it's the prime time. They're paying for advertisements.
Exactly.
So people are watching.
I've talked about it before, like, working on Married at First Sight, like the couples that they're coupling, that they're matching, have traditional values because they need to surround that content with what they really are paying for, makeup or I mean, just listen to me trying to, what do you normal people care about? Makeup, maybe like erection pills or something.
Oh, I love erection pills.
They taste good.
They do.
I don't
Better
really
than
like
Tic Tacs.
the effect that they have. They're just so
They're
good.
just so good.
Yeah, so I don't need to feel guilty for taking them.
No, you don't.
I've never taken one. Not that I wouldn't. If someone gave me one.
But I mean,
I've never had to. Well, I probably could.
I think my brother took one at one point and like wanted to see how long it would take for it to go away, and it didn't. It took a long time. Speaking of a long time,
kind of scared. Yeah.
On this day, 1997, Harry visits his parents' grave for the first time in Godric's Hollow.
Godric's Hollow.
With Hermione. Then the duo are viciously attacked by the Horcrux known as Nagini, and Harry's wand is broken while they nearly escape her slithering grasp.
There you go. Yeah, she had to wait for Hermione to get her bitch ass out of the room before she could speak because she was speaking a Parseltongue.
Yeah.